Hi, everybody. My name is Divya. Welcome to Thursday Dynamic Vinyasa. I'm really excited about today's class. It is going to be all about triangles. So I've been feeling very empowered in my asana practice lately. I've been doing a lot of repeated movements, not, too many bells and whistles. And I found a lot of comfort in following a theme in my practice, or just repeating the same types of asana again and again. So I kind of get into a cyclical pattern where it becomes more meditative. I can lose my mind in the movement. And in thinking with that, I've been coming up against a lot of sharp corners in my life, if you will, sort of pivotal moments that leave me at a fork in the road where I have different pathways at my disposal. And that's gotten me thinking about triangles, because I feel like that's kind of how I see triangles. Like every point you stand on, you have two different pathways available. And I think that's kind of how I see every moment in the present, is that there's millions of opportunities for directions that we could take. And as I was just chatting about in our catch up at the beginning of class, I find that very exciting and liberating to have that kind of freedom and opportunity. So I just was feeling inspired by that theme in my own life and wanted to bring in that element into class. So with that being said, today we are focused on triangles, or creating shapes that have, 3 points to them, just for the fun of it, not really a deeper meaning to the reason for, like, practicing the triangular shapes, but, thought of kind of just mimicking what's going on for me in my life in the form of asana. So we're doing triangles today. We'll, as always, start with an easeful build up and kind of get into a little bit more heated and dynamic movements in the middle of class, and then wind ourselves back down. Always forget to bring my phone so I can keep an eye on the time. All right, so we're going to start on the mat just with a little bit of Nadi Shodhana breathing, just some alternate nostril breathing to ground ourselves, come back into our body, slow down our thought process, and increase our awareness, just kind of really enhance that awareness. So start in an easy posture. I'm going to sit in Sukhasana, easy posture, just slightly crossing my ankles and letting my knees falling out wide. Letting my knees fall out wide. You can also sit back on your heels if you like in Vajrasana, or you can just cross your legs and sit however is comfortable for you in a non-distracting posture. Seal the lips. Direct your gaze down to the floor, or you can flutter your eyelids closed. Start taking deep breaths in and out through the nostrils. Feel the air as it rushes into the lungs, saturates your blood with fresh oxygen, feeling revitalized by the breath. As you exhale, notice as the air empties out from the belly, pushing all the way up through your body and out through the nostril. Really pull your navel back into your spine to hollow out the belly and push out any stale air. And inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Inhale, expand. Exhale, compress. Let's move into our alternate nostril breathing. So bring your right hand close to your face and go ahead and fold in your pointer and your middle finger, leaving your thumb, your ring, and your pinky fingers extended. Go ahead and plug your right nostril with your thumb and take a deep inhale through the left nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plug your left nostril with the ring finger and extend and open up your right nostril and exhale here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale through the same nostril on the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plug the right nostril, exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, left, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own now, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, left, exhale, right, inhale, right, exhale, left, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale on your, or continue on your own count for 5 more rounds. Back and forth counts as 1 round. And when you're ready, go ahead and release your hand from the nostrils. Sit the spine up nice and tall. We'll move into just a little bit of spinal warm-up before we start moving our whole body. So on the inhale, let's go ahead and actually place the tongue against the roof of the mouth to seal off the back of the throat. Continue inhaling, exhaling through the nostrils to generate our ujjayi breath, or victorious, deep ocean-like breath. So on the inhale, we're going to lift our arms up overhead, bringing the palms to touch at the top of the inhale. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and drop the right hand down, reach the left hand up and overhead, stretching all the way through our fingertips. Press the mat away with your right hand to keep your right side body engaged and activated. Inhale, bring the right hand up to meet the left. Exhale, left hand drops down, right arm reaches up overhead. Same deal, press the mat away with your left hand to keep your left side body engaged. Inhale, palms up overhead. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. This time, as we exhale, we're going to drop the left hand forward, right hand goes behind us as we twist over the right shoulder. Keep pressing your left knee down to the mat so that you're not throwing yourself off balance, and try to twist from the torso. Gaze over the right shoulder, keep the spine nice and tall. Inhale, arms back to center, palms touch overhead. Exhale, let's twist to the left this time. Right hand comes forward, left hand behind the back. Press down the right knee as you twist over your left shoulder. Gaze follows. Keep pulling that navel back to the spine to protect your lower back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. and release the hands down. Let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees for a quick cat-cow to warm up the front and back of the spine. Press your palms into the mat, shoulder width apart, knees about hip width apart, press into the tops of the feet. On the inhale, turn the tailbone up, drop the belly, lift your gaze for cow pose. As you exhale, tuck the chin, push the mat away, separating the shoulders, pull the navel into the spine and round your tailbone downwards. For cat, really empty the belly of any air here, push the air out. Inhale, tailbone, open the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the chin, separate the shoulders, hollow the belly. Let's do this 3 more times, breath to movement. Try to make the movement as seamless as possible. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, come to cow. Open up through the chest, and as you exhale, sink the hips back over the heels, coming down to child's pose, Balasana. Walk the fingertips forward, stretch the arms long. Maybe walk your knees a little bit wider apart so your hips have a little room to sink down to the mat, and drop down to your forehead. Exhale and release everything down. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, envision stretching, elongating. Exhale, compress and get heavy. Last time, inhale, stretch yourself. Exhale, sink. Now go ahead and draw your chest forward, lifting your chest up off the mat. Press your forearms firmly into the mat. Spread your fingertips wide, and now push the pads of your fingers into the mat and push the edges of your palm down as well so that your fingers tent up slightly. You can also think of this as gripping the mat rather than just simply placing your weight onto your hands. You want to really grip the mat and fight against it here. And this is really activating our hasta bandha, our hand bind, which protects our wrist from bearing all the weight when we do any weight bearing exercise on our palms. So really grip the mat underneath your palms, press your forearms into the mat, and take a deep inhale here. Open up the belly, and as you exhale, push your hips up into the air, coming to Ardha Pincha Mayurasana, or half peacock, also known as dolphin, our first triangle. So you're up on your forearms here, pressing your palms into the mat, squeezing your elbows in rather than letting them roll out. Push the heels down towards the mat. Pull the shoulder blades in and really push the mat away while you're in dolphin, rather than letting your shoulders come up over your elbows. Push your push your shoulders back. You can also do this by pushing your hips further back. Gaze towards your toes or towards the knees, maybe even towards the navel. Speaking of the navel, go ahead and pull that back in towards the spine to support your lower back here. And let's just hold, taking deep inhales to elongate the spine. And as you exhale, reach those heels down towards the mat and push your palms down as well. From here, on the next inhale, I want you to lift your right leg high up into the air. Really push the heel up, stretch all the way from your elbows up through the toes. Exhale, drop the heel back down. This time we're going to inhale and lift your left leg high into the air. Same deal, stretch up through your heels, really elongate the left side body. Exhale, drop the heel back down. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, sink back down to child's pose. Take a deep inhale, walk your fingertips forward. Start to grip the mat underneath your finger pads. And as you exhale, push your hips up, coming all the way into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. First one of the day. Same deal, push the mat away, lengthening your spine here. And as you inhale, float your right leg high. And as you exhale, start by tucking the knee into the chest, pulling the ankle over to the left-hand side through your left leg. Lift up your left arm into the air, coming to Patita Tadasana, fallen star. My mat is especially slippery today. You can also come down to your right knee for an assisted Patita Tadasana. Dropping the right knee down, keep your shin parallel to the side of the mat, or release to the top of your foot. Still keep your arms engaged as you push your right palm into the mat. Lift up actively through your left fingertips. Breathe here. Take one more inhale, reach your left fingertips high. And then exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Now this time, inhale is float the left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee. Draw the left foot through the left leg over to the right hand side. And lift up your right palm this time. Lifting up through your right fingertips. Keep lifting your left side body up and away from the floor. Broaden the chest. You can also modify it by coming down to your left knee. Just keep your shin parallel to the side of the mat and release to the top of your left foot. Push down actively into the outer edge of your right foot. Exhale, come back down to downward facing dog. From here, inhale, float the right leg high. Exhale, draw the knee forward. Drop the right foot right behind the right palm. Drop down to your left knee. Release to the top of the foot. Inhale, stretch the chest forward, gaze forward. Push the hips forward as well. You want a strong forward motion here with the whole body. Push firmly into the sole of your right foot, keeping your leg active. Pull the knee in towards the midline of the body. Pull the shoulder blades in towards each other to open up the chest. Draw the navel into the spine. Exhale, sink the hips back. Flex your right foot so that the toes are pulling back towards the body. Coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Keep pushing into the top of your left foot. Straighten the spine if you can, reaching the crown of the head forward. Keep your left foot flexed and pulling back towards the face. Inhale, shift the hips forward, coming back to Shavasana, horse posture. Again, draw the chest open and forward. Actively pushing into the top of the left foot and the sole of the right foot to engage the thighs. Exhale, sink the hips back, flex the right toes, pulling back, keep the spine straight, elongated. Really sink the hips back to feel the full stretch of the right hamstring. Last round, inhale, come forward for Ashvasantalasana. Again, draw that chest forward, proud and bold. This time, exhale, tuck the left toes, shift the right foot back, coming to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, draw the left knee forward, plant the foot behind the left palm, drop down to the right knee, release to the top of the right foot for Ashvasantalasana. Equestrian Pose. Plant the palms down, press firmly into the full sole of your left foot. Lift your gaze up, open through the chest to keep your spine elongated. Squeeze your left knee in towards the midline of the body rather than letting the knee pull out. And as you exhale, sink the hips back, flex the left foot, pulling back towards the face. Extend the spine forward by reaching the crown of the head to the front of the mat or the front of the room. Keep pushing firmly into the right top of your foot. Inhale, draw the chest forward, Shavasana. Squeeze your feet in towards the midline of the body to really activate through the inner thighs here and keep your foundation stable. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, sink the hips back. Inhale, come forward, Shavasana. Exhale, press the left foot back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, exhale, take 2 wide steps up to the front of the mat or as many as you need. Relax the belly over the thighs, grab opposite elbows, drop the crown of the head down towards the mat, and just swing side to side. Release your arms, release the elbows, and slowly roll up to standing for Tadasana, mountain pose. Slightly lean back on the heels, peeling your toes up off the mat, and fan the toes back out as you gently release them back down to the mat, one at a time. Grip the mat underneath your toes when the full sole of your foot is engaged, pulling the pads of the toes back towards the heels to grip the mat under your feet. From here, inhale, stand nice and tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, draw the palms together in front of the heart, Pranamasana, prayer pose. Inhale, keeping the palms together, reach them up overhead for Hastottanasana, hands up overhead. Push the hips forward slightly. Gaze up to meet the palms. Exhale, bow forward, planting the hands down towards the feet for Hastapadasana, hands to the feet or to the shins for Uttanasana, forward fold. Release the crown of the head down. Let the weight of your spine traction you down towards the mat. Inhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, Ashwasanchalasana. We've been here before. Reach the chest forward. Tuck the back toe, step the left foot back, hold the breath here for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Exhale, dive forward, bringing the chest to the mat, release down to the knees. Keep the hips elevated for Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point salute. So the 8 points down on the mat here, the toes, the knees, the chest, the palms, and the chin. Hips stay lifted, navel pulling into the spine. Inhale. Use your toes to push you forward as you use your palms to pull the chest through. Coming to Bujungasana, Cobra pose. Squeeze the elbows into the side of the body. Flex through your abdominal muscles to protect the lower back. Gaze forward. Push firmly into the tops of your feet to engage the thighs. Exhale. Push yourself back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Bring the right foot forward, Ashwasanchalasana, left foot back. Exhale, step forward, Hastapadasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Hastottanasana, hands up overhead, stretch all the way through your fingertips, slight bend in the upper back. Exhale, palms to the heart, Pranamasana. Inhale, Hastottanasana, hands up overhead. Exhale, bow forward, Hastapadasana or Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, Ashwasanchalasana. Reach the chest forward. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold the breath here. Exhale, dive the chest forward, coming to Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point salute. Gaze forward. Inhale, pull the chest through, Bujungasana, Cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Push the mat away, lengthen the spine. Inhale, Ashwasanchalasana, bring the left foot forward. Reach the chest ahead. Exhale, right foot forward, Hasta Padasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana, hands up overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart, Pranamasana. Let's go through that one more time, breath to movement, so you can really focus on the flow and start to get into a meditative state. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale, Hasta Padasana. Inhale, Ashwasanchalasana, right foot back. Hold the breath, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point salute. Inhale, Bujungasana, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, Ashwasanchalasana, right foot forward. Exhale, Hasta Padasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana, hands up overhead. Exhale, Pranamasana, hands to the heart. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana, hands up overhead. Exhale, Hasta Padasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Ashwasanchalasana, left foot back. Hold the breath, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar, dive forward. Inhale, Bujungasana, Cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, Ashwasanchalasana. Exhale, Hasta Padasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale, Pranamasana, hands to the heart. Shifting gears. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Walk your feet about hip width apart. Sink the hips down into a squat, reach the palms up overhead. Breathe here for just a moment. Energetically pull your feet apart from each other so that your thighs are engaging. Pull the belly button back into the spine, slightly round the tailbone forward to flatten the lower back. Reach up through your fingertips to extend the spine and gaze forward or towards the palms. Exhale, bow forward, Hasta Padasana, hands to the feet. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Hands to the shins, reach the crown of the head forward, pinch the shoulder blades in together to open the chest. Keep the belly button pulled into the spine to protect your lower back here. Exhale, drop the palms to the mat, step the feet back. Continue, bend the elbows down to the sides of the body, release the chest. For Chaturanga Dandasana, push the heels back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the mat away, lengthen the chest and the spine, gaze forward. Push into the tops of the feet. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot through, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, turn the left heel down to the mat. Float the arms up into the sky. For Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Pull the left hip forward as you pull back into the right hip crease. Sink down into the right knee. Inhale, extend the spine, reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, sink deeply over the right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, keep the legs the same, open the arms out to the front and back of the mat, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze over your front fingertips. Pull the left fingertips back to be in line with your leg and parallel to the side of the mat. Roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe here. Inhale, float the right hand up, drop the left hand down to the thigh, reverse warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Keep your right knee bent as you reach the right hand up overhead, stretching to the right side body. But make sure, just like in the beginning, you're keeping your left side body engaged. Try not to collapse onto your hip. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Pick up your back heel, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, step the right foot back, plank pose, push the heels back. Exhale, drop down, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can also drop to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the chest through, straighten the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, float the left leg high. Exhale, step the foot through. Anjaneyasana, low lunge on the left. Inhale, warrior one, spin the right heel down to the mat, plant the sole of your foot firmly, stretch the arms up overhead. Breathe here. Inhale, pull the right hip crease forward, pull back into the left hip crease. Exhale, sink deeply over the left knee. Keep pushing down into the outer edge of the right foot. Grip the mat firmly with the edge of your foot. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips, lengthen the spine. Slightly tuck the tailbone forward. Exhale, open the arms out to the front and back of the mat, warrior two. Gaze over your left fingertips. Pull the right hand back to be parallel to the mat. Float the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach the left hand forward, flip, turn back, reverse warrior, bring the left hand up into the air. Right hand drops down to the thigh. Keep sinking over that left knee. Suspend your weight evenly between the 2 feet, finding your perfect center of gravity. One more inhale, stretch up through the left fingertips. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame your left foot, pick up your back toes. Inhale, step back, plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg high. Exhale, step through, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Listen for the change here. Exhale, reach the right hand forward, straighten the right knee. Keep reaching the right hand forward, maybe shorten your stance a little bit. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Right foot is pointing to the top of the mat. Reach the right palms forward. Exhale, drop the right hand down to the shin, towards the ankle or down towards the mat. Rotate your left hand up into the air, perpendicular to the floor. Gaze follows for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep pressing your hips forward, trying to flatten yourself onto the same plane. Push firmly into the soles of both feet, drawing energy up from the earth, giving you strength to twist at the torso. Open through the chest, reach up through your left fingertips, and breathe. Take a deep inhale, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Arms up to the front. And this time, as you exhale, go ahead and turn your left foot towards the front. So your toes are now pointing to the left corner of the mat, heels reaching back. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your palms together behind the back. You can grab your elbows, or you can form your hands into an Anjali Mudra behind the back by pressing your palms together, like so. If this isn't comfortable, or if the shoulders don't feel good here, you can just grab your opposite elbows, straighten your hips to face the front of the mat. And as you exhale, reach the crown of the head forward, keeping the right leg straight if you can, and exhale, bow forward for pyramid. Konasana. Draw the right hip back, draw the left hip forward, squaring your hips off as you bow forward, stretching through the right hamstring. Try to keep your back straight if you can. You can bow your head down if you like as well. Inhale, come back up. Warrior one, reach the palms up overhead, sink over the right knee. Exhale, come down, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Palms down to frame the right foot. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Exhale, let's go through a vinyasa, drop down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, float the left leg high. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior three. Flip the palm, reach back. Exhale, we're gonna come to Trikonasana. So maybe shorten the stance just a little bit. Left foot or right foot can be now parallel to the back of the mat, left foot reaching forward. As you exhale, reach the left hand forward, stretching the spine. Then drop the palm down to the shin or down to the mat. Rotate to lift your right arm up to the ceiling. Push the hips forward, reach the palm back to start to flatten out the plane of the body. Remember to breathe. Inhale, lift up through the right fingertips. Exhale, sink down. Solidify your footing, grip the mat underneath the soles of your feet. Soften the breathing as much as you can. Inhale, draw yourself up. Draw the right toes up to face the top right corner of the mat. Draw the heel back. Go ahead and bring your palms together behind the back or grab the elbows. And as you exhale, reach the crown of the head forward, lengthening the spine. Draw the left hip crease back and pull the right hip forward to square off the hips. And exhale, sink down for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Bowing over the left leg. Once again, grip the mat firmly underneath the soles of your feet so your focus can be on lengthening through the legs and through the spine. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Warrior one, bend the left knee. Exhale, drop down, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, step the left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, drop down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Moving on, inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, draw the right foot forward, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, walk the hands over to the left long side of the mat, parallel the feet as you go. Push your palms into the mat, and as you're inhaling, reach the crown of the head forward, stretching through the spine. Exhale, reach the crown of the head forward, lengthening the spine as you drop down towards the mat. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. You can draw your feet apart if you like to create a more obtuse angle, I guess, a wider angle. Reaching the crown of your head down towards the mat. It's okay if it doesn't make contact. That's not really the objective here. Just make sure that your feet are parallel. The insides of your feet are parallel to one another. Push your toes into the mat, gripping it firmly. If you'd like a little bit of a dynamic stretch, you can inhale, reaching the crown of the head forward again to get more length in the spine, drawing the hips back. And exhale, once again, drop down towards the mat. One more time, let's inhale together, lift the crown of the head forward. This time, as we exhale, we're going to turn the right foot back to the front of the mat, sink our hips over the left leg. Oops. Okay, yep. Sink our hips down. And as we exhale, just drop the hips over to the right-hand side. Keep pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, let's sweep the left hand up overhead. Uttita Padsa Konasana, extended side angle pose. You can have your hand down on the mat, or you can rest it up on your knee if you'd like to as well. Reach actively through your left fingertips to extend the left side body. Gaze can be up towards the palms as well. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back through the middle of the mat to Prasarita Padottanasana. And as you exhale, let's shift over to the left. So first, let's pivot the left foot to the back of the mat. Press down into the outer edge of the right foot. And sink over our left hip. From here, you can plant the hand down on the mat or up, or rest your elbow on the knee. Inhale, let's float the right hand up overhead for extended side angle on the left. Reach firmly and actively through your right fingertips. Breathe here. Keep pressing down to the outer edge of the right foot to keep your right thigh engaged and stabilizing your whole body. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, walk your feet back up to the front for Anjaneyasana low lunge, right foot forward. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Exhale, release. Okay, we're going to repeat this on the left with a slight change to the movement, the hip movement. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot forward, Anjaneyasana low lunge. Inhale, walk your palms to the middle, walk your feet over to the right side of the mat, parallel the feet as you go. Inhale, press the mat away, reach the crown of the head forward once again, quick spinal stretch. Exhale, sink down, Prasarita Padottanasana, release the crown of the head down to the mat. Breathe here. Inhale, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, let's sink our hips over the left leg. This time, come all the way down. You can lift the right toes up, flexing them back towards the face. We're gonna pause here in Skandasana. You can stay here, or if you'd like to come up for a half squat, you can lift your hips back up into the air and lean over your left knee. If you do this and you're gonna plant or make the right side of your foot come down flush with the mat. If you're sinking your hips all the way down, just make sure you keep flexing those toes back to the face. Whichever posture you're in, Keep your spine sitting up nice and tall. Fix your gaze on an immovable point, and let's breathe here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, let's sink over the right heel. This time, picking up the left toes, flexing them back towards the face, or coming up into your half squat variation. Same deal, sit the spine up nice and tall. Fix your gaze. Let's breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale. Untitled back to the front of the mat, left foot forward. Inhale, step the left foot back. And exhale, press to downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop the knees down to the mat. Sink the hips back for another child's pose. Let's catch our breath here for 3 breaths. One more breath. Go ahead and walk your hands back. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Cross your ankles underneath and pull the legs through, coming to a seat. From here, scoot the hips forward, bend the knees. Press the hands into the mat, lift the chest up nice and tall. Just a quick chest opener here. Now go ahead and release. Bring your palms to your sides and then lift them out in front of you with your fingertips reaching forward. Keep those knees bent. From here, lift the chest up, sit the spine up nice and tall, and you can release back just a bit until your core engages. And this can be your variation for Navasana boat pose. You can stay right here. If you'd like, you can further engage your abs by lifting your legs up into the air, keeping your knees bent. Keep that spine straight, keep that chest reaching up. Or last option, straighten your legs fully, keeping those toes engaged. And let's hold here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3, and release. Cross your ankles underneath you. Sit up nice and tall, reach the chest forward. And now let's go ahead and bring our knees back out in front of us. Bend those knees, bring your feet back out in front of you and bend the knees. Scoot the hips forward slightly. Let's go ahead and release the back slowly onto the mat. Prepping here for bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So you can draw the heels back towards your hips. Plant the palms down. Slightly scoot the shoulder blades in towards each other. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Plant the palms into the mat. Float the hips up. From here, if you like, you can grab your arms or grab your hands under your back. Scoot your shoulder blades in towards each other. Tuck the chin into the chest. And let's breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3. Go ahead and release your hands at the clasp. Walk your shoulder blades out and drop the hips back down to the mat. Cross your ankles, bring your knees into the chest. And let's take 3 rolls to come back up to a seat. rolling front and back on the spine, or up and down, however you think of it. And 3, back to a seat. We'll do one more cross, Matsyendrasana. Start by bending the right foot, bringing the sole of the foot in towards the root of our seat here. Pull the leg through. You can cross your left foot over your right knee, coming into a little bit of a pretzel, like so. Now from here, you have 2 options for Matsyendrasana, Lord of the Fishes pose. You can use your left leg or your left arm to encircle your left knee and twist over your right shoulder with your right hand down behind you, keeping the spine nice and erect. If you'd like a little bit more of a bound twist, you can reach the left hand high. And as you exhale, tuck the elbow into the inside of your left knee. Push your elbow into your knee and vice versa. Plant the right palm down behind you and gaze over the right shoulder. Wait, sorry, I did that wrong. I did that backwards. It's like something's not feeling quite right. So you're gonna reach your right hand forward or hop into the air. And as you exhale, you're gonna take your right elbow behind the left knee and twist over your left shoulder. This is right. Apologies for that. It's the end of the day, end of the week. Keep your spine sitting up nice and tall, puff the chest forward, pull the belly button into the spine to give yourself a little bit more room to twist. And go ahead and release. Go ahead and reverse your leg. So now bring the left heel down towards the left hip and cross your right leg over the left. Now go ahead and plant the right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left hand nice and high. Exhale, tuck the left elbow behind the right knee and twist over your right shoulder. One more breath here. And exhale. Inhale. Come back to center. And go ahead and release the legs, bringing your knees back to a bent position, heels out in front of you. Reach your fingertips forward and gently roll the spine down to the mat, 1 vertebra at a time, coming all the way down to Shavasana, corpse pose. Release the hands down at your sides. Open the palms up to face the ceiling. Let your eyes flutter to a close. With each exhale, let your body get a little bit heavier, sink into the ground a little bit deeper. Start to slow down the breathing. Remove the effort. Smooth out any kinks in the breath, any tension in the body. And use your last intentional exhale to release any grip or hold you have in the body, returning to a normal, effortless breath. Slowly start to bring your awareness back. Bring effort back into your breath. Sensation back into the body. Slowly wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Contract the muscles in the face. Start to sway slightly in the body, whether it's your neck, your feet, your chin. Squeeze the fingers into the palm, squeeze the toes into the feet, and release. Gently roll onto your side and push yourself back up to a seat, keeping the eyes closed, keeping your energy and your awareness soft. Slowly open the eyes, coming back to the room. This concludes our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was lovely to guide you through this flow. I hope that you found some joy in our practice today, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks.